Hello, welcome to week one of the Power Grid Bible study of Psalm 27. This week we're doing an overview of Psalm 27. First, take a chance to read Psalm 27, pause the video, and then come back. Great. Two key verses for this psalm. One is verse 14. Wait for the Lord. Be strong and let your heart take courage. Wait for the Lord. And then verse 4. One thing have I asked of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to gaze upon the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple. The psalm was written by David. It's not specifically tied to any event in the psalm heading, but traditionally it is attributed to King David's escape from Absalom in 2 Samuel chapters 15 through 16, and is part of a larger group of Psalms, Psalms 23 through 30, which focus on being in the presence of the Lord. The outline is first, confidence in the Lord against the enemies. Second, a desire to dwell in the house of the Lord. Third, a plea for deliverance from the enemies. And then finally, confidence and encouragement. Verses 1 to 3, confidence in the Lord against the enemy. David describes the Lord in these ways in verse 1. One, as a light, an illuminating light that pierces through the darkness. Second, as salvation. The Lord's light shows the way of salvation in the Lord. And then as a stronghold. In the Lord is the only safe place from the enemy. David could stand confidently in the Lord. There's no enemy that is a match for the Lord. And David's confidence is not in his strength, but in the Lord's strength. Then verses 4 through 6, a desire to dwell in the house of the Lord. To seek at that time meant to commit your ways. In this case, following the Lord's commands, which also meant forsaking the following or trusting of other gods. David wanted to be with the Lord more than all other earthly things. David knew the Lord could protect him from any enemy. The Lord's protection led to David praising him. Verses 7 through 12, a plea for deliverance from the enemies. Hear, O Lord. When David cries out to the Lord, it is in desperation. David is not silent in his suffering, despite the confidence in the Lord's ability to deliver him. Seek my face. The Lord has told David to seek him. David responds by seeking the Lord in his trial. Hide not your face from me. David knows that his only hope is if the Lord is present. The Lord's presence is by his grace, since David, like all of us, deserves the Lord's anger due to our sin. The Lord is the only true hope above any earthly relationships. And then finally, teach me your way, O Lord. David seeks to know the Lord's ways so he may follow them. David knows the only hope of deliverance is with the Lord. And verses 13 through 14, confidence and encouragement. The goodness of the Lord is in the land of the living. David has confidence in the Lord, not in a distant future sense, not in an emotional sense. Rather, David has confidence in the Lord's ability to deliver him in his present situation. Wait for the Lord. When David repeats this, repeating at that beginning and the end conveys emphasis. The Lord is truly the only source of confidence and encouragement. David is telling others, based on his experience, to be strong and have courage. Next week, we will look at what is the house of the Lord and how David would have understood that when he wrote the psalm. As a reference, I'm using the NIV application commentary, Psalm Volume 1, written by Gerald H. Wilson. Check us out at Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you very much and hope this was a blessing to you.